I'm curious, obviously I'm asking this question for myself. I'm looking at through the lens of your experience as a meditator. For me, this is, I think, my 16th year since I learnt this technique. And it's been just an interesting, I'd say the last 5 years, like a feeling of staleness and lack of charm. I'm just curious through your experience if you've had that and how you've moved through that. And if not, help me, Jonni.
Okay, so sorry, can you just say the middle part of the question again? I don't think I totally understood it. Through my experience, what?
Reaching a point of staleness or...
Oh, staleness, yes. Right. Yeah, to some degree. I think I've experienced a sense of, I'm kind of grinding a stone here. I think I need to mix it up. And I generally just get to it. I throw myself into something that generally terrifies me. Step into the unknown that's bigger and more demanding of that innate intelligence. I place more pressure on it to reveal greater capacity. And that's kind of just my general mode of operation. I'd say I experienced that more in my 30s, where I was really enjoying just, surfing and doing as little as possible to earn money and to eat and all of those things. And yeah. And then I kind of got the bug again of just, throwing myself into the deep end of what I understood my potential to be. And yeah, look at it as a creative spiritual exercise. You've got something in here. There's something in here you really want to do that might not make sense rationally in terms of like a revenue generating thing which might be necessary. You need to listen to whatever is going on inside of you that's at that deeper level. There's something there. And sometimes, we're very clever at rationalizing why we shouldn't do that right now or not consider it as something that we need to do. Is there something there?
Yes.
Bravo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course there's something there.
Yeah, I guess... Yeah, I guess it is very easy to rationalise. Well, it is extremely easy to rationalise. Yeah, I found myself becoming more judgmental at my meditations as the years have gone on in a weird way because my meditations are often my most creative 20 minutes. And I'm trying to remove myself from that as a creative, like a lot comes up in that 20 minutes. And it just no longer feels like the meditation. I don't want to go back to how it used to be because that's not realistic. I certainly started out in very juicy, deep, falling asleep situations for years, but it feels very creative. I don't know whether that's making excuses is, not really going in the right intent or, I don't know. Not too sure. It doesn't feel very clear at the practice.
Well, let's definitely catch up for a little tune-up on that. What I'll speculate, and this is just something for you to consider as a proposition, that what's crept in is some expectation of yourself. There is a resistance to accepting what is. There is a dissatisfaction, some agitation deep in the system. And you're desiring something that you're not giving yourself permission to have the experience of. And that is manifesting as this, experience that you're describing. A staleness, kind of inertia. And as a gateway to resolving this, my recommendation is this. Next meditation tomorrow morning, just allow yourself to have the crummiest meditation that you're likely to have. Just whatever it is. I'm going to meet myself where I'm at, and I'm going to become curious about what it is I'm actually experiencing, as opposed to having an opinion about what I'm experiencing. Because there's no value in you critiquing yourself in this way. There's none. There's no insight to be gained through the critiquing and criticizing, analyzing and judging your experience on the surface level. Because the problem that you're facing is not a surface level problem. It's operating deeper. And the only way you're going to access deeper is by no longer ruminating or even having a care or concern about what's actually happening on the surface level of your meditation experiences. Allow, accept, and stop controlling. And this will relax the muscles for you, the spiritual muscles, for you to gain access to what wants to be birthed. There's something there that wants to be birthed, and for whatever reason, you're like, You've put a container and a set of conditions over it. And that just, the little lock on that needs to be picked. Open the door, let it out. let it come up. Start entertaining the thing. It doesn't mean you have to act and, have your business plan and all of that ready in 3 days. Because I know the way you think. Yeah, just let it air out. Yeah, and reveal to yourself that you're far more complex than the way that you're.
Oh, yeah, sorry, there's a bit of a delay there. I was just going to say, there's definitely a conscious denial of something there. I won't go into that, but it's kind of what it is.
Great, that's good.
So, yeah, I can see how that plays out. Yeah.
Great, this is all it is. Because all of this is just the games we play with ourselves. The second we take full responsibility for what's going on, we can get on with it. All the problems that we're having, folks, we're actually in control. We can resolve them. Sometimes it feels like that's not the case, but it's the case. And there's no condition to that rule. And so, and this is the big reminder, that's what I constantly embellish, why are we here talking about this? Is we're just reminding ourselves of what our capability is, what our capacity is, what the truth is. What we so easily forget, what we need to be reminded of. And it's, I'm saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over again in lots of little fancy different ways. But I'm saying the same thing over and over and over again. And that is, awareness unlocks our power and the truth and the intelligence. And at the moment, you said you are consciously denying. Just the fact that you can acknowledge that and admit that to yourself, you're like 98% there. Now you need to just choose and act. It's as simple as that. We don't need to psychoanalyze it. We don't need to get all heady about it. We don't need to do past life regression. We can just get into it. Get on with it. And that, the uncomfortableness of taking the steps, will cause the purification. Everything, all the kind of debris of the cage that you're blasting open, it'll get removed naturally. Shiva will come in and just There are two things that I'd like to share with you right now. The first is that if you would like to join us for these wisdom sessions, which all the videos are recorded at on a weekly basis, all you need to do is register for our newsletter below. And the second thing I want to share with you is that we offer a free 7-day transformation program that you can access at ritam.studio, which is a part of a much bigger set of teachings, discourses, courses and programs and retreats that are all available to our members. So if you're interested in taking this teaching to another level, then we welcome you over to Ritam Studio. Please join us.